So let's just take a step away from talking about prismatic evolutions because that's all I've been talking about recently. I will continue to talk about it. And I know maybe you guys maybe are overloaded with prismatic evolutions, but that's basically what everybody is talking about at the moment because that's what's popular. However, I want to revisit Sword and Shield here and talk about these booster boxes because, as of right now, obviously, it's basically all of the new stuff, especially just prismatic evolutions, that people are really focusing on. There was a time, not too long ago, where all people were talking about was Sword and Shield. Because during this time, Fusion Strike, Lost Origin, Chilling Reign even, these were all literally going up $20 to $50 like every single day. It was just going crazy, and that's what people were talking about. But now the market has sort of cooled off, and I say cool off in a way of just how it was before, because literally every single day you would log on to, or just go on to TCG Player, and prices would just have been totally different from the past day. They just kept going up. But now that sort of craziness has sort of slowed down. I mean, it was going to happen at some point. I mean, there was no way that was going to keep continuing. I wanted to make this video to talk about these boxes. Because honestly, when you look at the prices of these, there's still a lot of growth, but it just seems like, at least for in my opinion, the next maybe couple months, I don't see a lot of growth for these boxes. Just because a lot of the tension is being pulled away from these boxes, even though there was a lot of tension to them not too long ago. But just everybody right now is talking about prismatic evolutions. When we get closer to Journey Together, people will just talk about that, and then Team Rocket. So you can kind of see where I'm coming from here. At least the next few months, I don't think these are going to go up that much more. Maybe Evolving Skies, will be the one of them that just doesn't really care about, anything, because, I mean, that set just goes up regardless. But these other good Sword and Shield booster boxes, I don't think they're going to skyrocket anytime soon. So, in that way, if you didn't get any prismatic evolutions, and you're looking to invest, into Pokemon still, not, flip or whatever, the prismatic stuff, and let's say you weren't able to get any, honestly, Sword and Shield, even though these did run up very recently, I think now that the market has sort of, like I said, in a way, cooled off for these, I think it's time to buy if you missed out still. Because, when you see $300 booster boxes, it sounds expensive, right? Because it is. But you look back to Sun and Moon, and I know you can argue Sun and Moon was a different era, but the amount of growth we're seeing with these, I think, Sword and Shield is going to surpass some of these Sun and Moon sets in terms of growth in the time frame. And these only being $300, if you look at Sword and Shield booster boxes, how old they are and how expensive they are, I think Sword and Shield will follow a very similar pattern or even a better pattern and actually, just go up the same amount or even more. So, comparing that, then $300 isn't that expensive because a lot of those Sun and Moon boxes are anywhere from 600 to $1,000. Obviously, Team Up being very expensive, I think $4,000 now or something. Other than those, everything else is very close to $1,000. So a lot of these good Sword and Shield sets, the booster boxes that are still $300-400, I still honestly think is not that expensive because I would say in probably 2 to 3 years now, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these got closer to very high hundreds, close to $1,000 range in 2 to 3 years. I wouldn't be too surprised. So in that way, I would say that $300-400 isn't really that expensive. And you can see here with Chilling Reign, you can see even the past, look how many days, nothing sold on TCG Player. Because like I said, the market has sort of cooled down with Sword and Shield. There was a time when literally these, like I said, literally just went up every single day. And you can see there was a decent amount of sales. It's cooled off now, especially with this, Chilling Reign. Now, Fusion Strike has still had some days where a decent amount have been selling. However, you can see this was during the whole big thing. Look how many were sold. Yeah, that's definitely cooled off now, even though, like I said, still some are being sold. But it's, I thought it was going to really go past 500 and keep going a little bit more, but it did kind of stop at the high 400s, and now it's like at the mid 400s. And yeah, just a lot more being listed than being sold at the moment. So these boxes, like I said, have definitely cooled down, and that's why I don't really suspect them to keep going up because, like I said, more people are listing these because they're not skyrocketing anymore, and not as many people are buying. And Brilliant Stars, you can see here, still a few boxes get sold every day, but yeah, these hit around 300, and now they've kind of just been at the same price. Astral Radiance, these hit like 240, 250. You can see how it's calmed down already in the past week compared to just a week ago. Yeah, a lot of stuff has slowed down. Lost Origin, you can see here, same thing. You can see all these when they were going up, there were so many sales compared to now. but some of them still sell a few times every single day. But this was like this hit $400. Now it's at 370. I know it's not a big difference, like it's 10%, but still, the fact that it is going down and it hasn't been going up shows that things have slowed down. Silver Tempest, it's kind of the same thing. Astral, it hit 250 and kind of stayed there. However, this one is selling a little bit more. But yeah, just everything in Sword and Shield has slowed down a little bit. So if I were you guys and you were trying to invest and you maybe missed out on Sword and Shield, maybe you were waiting for Prismatic to try to get some at retail, you didn't get any, and now you're just gonna wait for the reprint thing to happen, whatever, with Prismatic. I would go for some of these Sword and Shield sets still, even though they have run up in the past couple months. I still think a lot of these, like I've mentioned, Silver Tempest, Brilliant, anything like these really good Sword and Shield sets that are under $300, I still think are great pickups. Even Lost Origin at 400, now you can get them for mid 300s. I don't think it's that bad of a buy. In my opinion, that's not really that expensive when you look at the future outlook. Fusion Strike at mid 400s, it's still a bit expensive, but it's kind of the same thing. I mean, in a few years, they're not going to be any cheaper. They're going to be more expensive. And now that the tension is away from, Sword and Shield a little bit, there's going to be more listings. Definitely also check other places like eBay. There will probably be more sellers listing these older boxes like Sword and Shield. And you will probably be able to find some deals and some stuff under market price. So that just be my suggestion with Sword and Shield. I still think it's good, but definitely it's not as talked about right now. But these would probably still be things I'd be focusing on because all this new stuff is all super expensive and there's just not much supply for these new things. So yeah, tell me what you guys think. Are you still buying Sword and Shield? Or are you just holding? Definitely, I've made videos talking about this. These Sword and Shield boxes, they're at a point now, right, where some people are just holding. Maybe at this point, maybe not as many people are buying as before. But also some people are selling. And I told you guys, for me, I do plan on taking some profits, so it maybe does sound somewhat counterintuitive that I'm saying these are still good pickups, because I think they still are. But for me, I've explained to this in other videos. Some of these boxes, the more expensive ones, I do plan on selling some of them because I have a lot of some of these more expensive ones, and I do plan to take some profits so I can roll those into the future sets. But definitely, if you did, miss out on, Sword and Shield, I still think these are good pickups. And if you're not even able to get the newer stuff, then that's the stuff I'd be going for, because honestly, it's the safer stuff, because Sword and Shield not getting printed again. Prismatic Evolutions is going to get printed again. So I just want to give my honest take about that, because I know some people out there might say, why are you recommending this? But in past videos, maybe you've told us you're going to sell soon. Yeah, it's just, some things I have a good amount of, I've done pretty well on. I'm willing to take some profits in a strong market, and just wanted to get that out the way, because I know some people out there might be thinking about that and seeing my past videos and thinking that it's contradictory. But I'm specifically, when I make these videos and talk about these things, I'm assuming that most of these people that, are watching these probably, don't have many Sword and Shield boxes. Maybe, a lot of these people are just new to investing. And I still think Sword and Shield is a great opportunity for those that are just getting into Pokemon as of right now. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.